gold champion on the 4x4 relay, also 100 and 200 meter New Balance champion. Keep a look out for this young man. Talked to Pat Henry about Emmanuel Bamidele. He said he's bigger, he looks a little bit older, but he's very young, and you can see by his style that he's got some work to do in his technique. But he's got some international experience, and he should challenge champion Allison today.
Champion Allison, by the way, the anchor of the Florida collegiate record in the 4x400 that was set just a few weeks ago. There are the lane assignments with Dwight St. Hillaire of Kentucky, finally a senior, always in the mix. Jacory Patterson of Florida, part of that relay record as well. Allison in 6 and Bamidele in 7. It's a loaded 400-meter field here. They didn't run that fast in the qualifying, not as fast as we normally see them because of the terrible conditions, very cold and wet. But these conditions are ideal for 400-meter running. Almost no wind whatsoever, and the temperature is in, I would say, the low 80s right now.
I expect we'll see a fast time just based on the women's race. But Lara Overton and I, we got a chance to hang out with the Florida Gators a little bit earlier, just in their camp in the football indoor area, and they were so chill, such a relaxed atmosphere. Mike Holloway has got everybody ready to compete, and I said, what was the message to these guys? He said, you can't message one of them. They're all 3 different runners. He had a different message for Jacory Patterson, champion Allison, and Ryan Willie.
So 3 Gators in this final. No Razorbacks. 1 Alabama Crimson Tide runner. So there are 9 runners, 8 places score. So Alabama hoping for a couple of points out of Leander Forbes out there in lane 9. From the inside is Schwartzman of Texas A&M, Faust of Kentucky, then Patterson, St. Hillaire, Godwin, and Allison, the Bamidele, Willie, and Forbes. We didn't talk about Elija Godwin, who ran a very moderate prelim and ran a great time. Really has had to work hard on not trying to go out too fast.
Oh, but he did pick a pretty good pace, and he's coming up on the shoulder of Champion Allison. Champion Allison has got to feel Godwin on his inside, but a good start for lanes 4, 5, and 6.
And that's what's happened. 5, 6, and 7 is where the race is. Godwin is going to come off first. It's Elija Godwin of Georgia in the lead, followed by Champion Allison, who is now even with him. Bamidele's got some work to do. And on the inside is Jacory Patterson getting up for 3rd for the Gators, and it is Champion Allison, so Florida first, 3rd. But Elija Godwin's got to be happy with that performance when you consider the terrible indoor season he had. He had a lot of work to do during the outdoor season, and Coach Carroll at Georgia has really worked hard with him, and he ends up in the 2nd place finish here at the SEC. 44.74 for Champion Allison, and he had to go after and go get Elija Godwin.
Well, I think Elija Godwin really made this race. His pressure on the inside, I think, pushed Champion Allison out to a little bit faster pace as you see them both pass Bamidele there. But when Elija Godwin comes off the turn in first position, there you see Champion Allison just bear down a little bit. He's kind of rocking and rolling. It kind of reminds me of Lee Evans back in the 70s. But he would run a fantastic time, 44.74. But Elija Godwin as well, 44.81, rocking and rolling all the way to the end. I figured we would see Champion Allison's best of the season, and that was it.
That's the number 10 time in the world this year, number 2 or equal number 2 amongst collegians. Godwin, that 44.81's got to make him and Coach Carroll Smith-Gilbert very happy. Jacory Patterson, and look at Florida, 1st, 3rd, and 5th. That is roughly 20 points for the Gators. Well, the champion Allison, is downstairs with John.
I mean, he is named for victory. Is he not, Champion Allison? Elija Godwin made you work for it hard down there in this stretch. You had him the whole way, yes?
Nah, he got out pretty good, though. I give it to him. He made me work for it.
A different race with him because oftentimes he comes back, and this time he hung with you there.
I mean, I don't sleep on nobody in the SEC. We all at these schools for a certain reason, so he's a great athlete. So am I, so everybody else who was in that heat.
Mm-hmm. We look up, we see 44.74. What do you think of the time?
I mean, it's cool, but I'm trying to get a little better than that.
What are you doing now between the big finale and the 4x4?
go cool down, get rubbed out, get ready for the 4x4.
We'll see you then, all right?
Yes, sir.
Champion Allison. Gators in white. Everything's right.
It was all Gators in that 400, but Elija Godwin made him work for it. He is back for the Georgia Bulldogs, but Florida, 20 points in that 400. That's rough. Women's 100 when we come back.